What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Best Family Homestead. I'm going to show you some other mysteries I have. First, though, it's that time of year. He's got one left. That's all. That's all. I've been collecting all of them as they fall, and I'll show you guys my stash from this year here in a few minutes. And this year I am going to figure out something cool to do with them. Haven't quite got it all figured out, but I've got an idea. But anyway, so my mystery vine. A lot of people are leaning more towards a pumpkin. Sounds about right, probably. But I haven't had any fruit, and I should have. I haven't had any pumpkins or cantaloupes or whatever the case may be. What I do have is that every time a bloom gets big and gets ready to open, I end up with cut stalks, like somebody's came in here with scissors. So you can see I usually don't like spraying. You guys know I try to do everything all natural, but you can see I've sprayed. So I'm like, oh, I got a cutworm. Well, if I had a cutworm, I would not have any leaves either. You know, it'd be all decimated. I was pulling in the driveway last night, and a thought hit me. Like, oh, I think I know, I think I've got it. I think I know what's going on. Give me just a second. I'm going to show you a lot of things going on with the mystery vine. Alright, so had to run and change my shirt. I already ruined a good pair of pants. I didn't want to ruin a good shirt working. So here's my haul from this season. And this is all just one peacock, and this is nowhere near, not even near all of them. See, just absolutely beautiful. I like the little baby ones, are some of my favorites. Like this one. So, I'm gonna figure out something to do with all these pretty feathers. And this is probably the most he's ever dropped. He's 4 now. He's fully matured. Now peacocks live a long time. I talked to one peacock breeder who was very upset. She had one that she had for like 24 or 25 years pass away. Here's another little one. And ones I got for Carrie's birthday the other day. Don't know where where those two ran off to. I never found them dead or anything, so they're probably still wandering around. And this is a common occurrence around here. We are known as the Peacock house. If you look through there, you can see a car stopped, and I heard the lady say, oh, look, a peacock. Very common, especially when he's in full mating season, and he throws his tail up and stops traffic. So back to the peacocks wandering. Don't know where they went. Then had already turned what I did have, that's the doghouse now, into an aviary. I turned the aviary into a doghouse, and it wasn't very secure. So when here, as I do this cleanup, I'm gonna make my chicken area, and then once I start dropping these trees before next season, I'm going to build a big aviary. So I would never keep a peacock penned all the time, but I'll put them in for I'm gonna get a breeding pair. I'm gonna put them in for about 6 months, and then when you turn them out, they should stick around. I hope. And we want some different colors, some bronze or purples, maybe a white one. We'll see. We'll see. All right, I'm still on the hunt. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with our mystery vine. That's it. That's it, folks. He lost his last one. He might, oh no, he's got a couple little ones, but he lost his last big train feather. Sorry, Ferdinan. Sorry, Ferdinan, you're naked. One more interesting fact about peacocks that a lot of people don't know. I'll see if he'll throw what's left of his tail up. So they have all these big, pretty feathers, you know, facing the front. If you didn't know this, that is not what attracts the females. The big feathers with all the eyes are a deterrent against predators and to make them look bigger when fighting for a mate. The feathers that attract the female are the furry butt feathers on their backside. That's why when they do their mating dance, they turn around and face the female backwards and basically start twerking and backing their butt up to the female. So it's not the pretty feathers, it's the butt feathers. I don't know, ladies, maybe that makes sense. Beats me. Fun fact for the day. All right, so I figured since I usually do the mystery vine and my tomatoes at the same time, I'd show you the next step in taking care of the tomatoes that I need to do. And that's because these things are getting ridiculously tall. And the taller they get, you know, they stay kind of stringy. I just tied them up. I've tied them up twice in the past couple days. And it's about time to knock off with the tying. So, let me get my knife here. And we'll start with this humongous thing right here. All right, so I'm gonna go up here. I don't want those tomatoes up there. I need to sharpen my knife. And that's it, we cut the top out. Now the suckers should slow down, and instead of growing up, it's going to start to bush out and put, just like removing the sucker, it's going to put more energy into the fruit. Well, now it's going to put most of its energy out and the fruit instead of up. It'll stop growing up. So I'm going to cut a couple more of these that are a little bit too tall out. All right, I think those are the only ones I'm going to cut for now, because I kind of want to keep them easy to reach. And that was one of the things, they were getting so high that even if they had produced anything or produced fruit up there, it would have broken everything. And while we're at it, we'll see if I can find a big sucker. Pretty sure I can, because I want to try an experiment. Actually a viewer recommended it to me. I never really thought about it. I asked my mom, she's like, oh yeah, I've heard of that. I may not have any big suckers because I just suckered them, but I'm pretty sure I can find one. You always can, as soon as you sucker them. Here's one that's not too big, but it should do for the experiment. I'll see if I can find another one too. So you can see all these little hairs on the sucker. those are basically baby roots. So I'm sure it would work better with a gigantic sucker, but I think it'll work here too. We're going to give our pepper plant a little bit of company because I know this is really good soil. Now we'll have to be more vigilant about keeping the this watered, and I'll move it out of my pot because there's not enough room in a pot like this for barely for a pepper, let alone a tomato. That should root. That should root and turn into another one of these tomatoes. So instead of having to start tons and tons of tomatoes, or if you have extra room, you can stick the tomato sucker in dirt and it will take off. Oh, here's a better one. This one doesn't have quite as many hairs as that other one. So I think we'll just throw a couple in the pot, give them a few days, see if they still live and turn into another tomato plant. I'm gonna put it real deep there. I'll probably throw some water on that here in just a minute. Here's another good one. Yeah, this one's got lots of little hairs on it. All right, small surface area, so this isn't quite as wet as I think it probably should be. So I'm gonna water it and let you guys know in a few days how it goes. All right, I found what I was looking for. Some of you guys already know maybe what I'm talking about. But I've had a lot of new subscribers since I've had a video about these guys. Oh, so I do believe that that is my culprit as to why I don't have any kind of anything on my vine. What you doing, bunny bunny? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing, bunny bunny? What you doing? So, backstory behind the random rabbit. There were two. One of them passed away a couple months back, which is no surprise because about 3 years ago, a friend of my wife's had adopted 2 rabbits from the SPCA. Tried keeping them in an apartment. Rabbits and apartments don't mix. She was supposed to move. So the reason I had originally built the extension onto the smokehouse there was we were supposed to take care of the rabbits for a couple months till she moved. I wrapped everything in hardware cloth. I dug it out, it poured concrete footers. You know, okay, cool. The smokehouse itself has a concrete floor. They'll be good. They have the biggest rabbit pens of any rabbit known to man. 6-7 months go by. She still hadn't, asked for the rabbits back, hadn't found a new place to live, and the rabbits dig out. Big tunnels in there I had to fill in. All right, well, I can't catch them, so we got free range chickens and stuff. I guess we have some free range rabbits for a couple weeks. 3 years later, we still have the fattest, happiest rabbit you could imagine. Eats chicken food, goat food, cat food, stays, you know, underneath wood piles and stuff around here. I don't know how old rabbits are supposed to get, but I know that one's 4 because she had it 6 or 7 months, and we've had them 3 years, so probably why it looks a little bit mangy. Rabbit's old. The random things that I have on my farm. So yes, you can keep free range rabbits. Luckily, since they came from the SPCA, they were both fixed. I think they were both females. So we haven't had any bunny offspring. Well, mystery solved. Now let's go fix it. All right, so now that you know my culprit and you've seen the crazy furry thing, we're going to see if this will work. Repels all. I'm gonna have to take this wire anyway, and if this doesn't work, then we're going to take and build at least a little section and build some chicken wire fence, at least around part of it, because I really want to figure out what exactly this is. Pumpkin, maybe? What kind of pumpkin? And you can see my flowers, just when they get to this point, they don't fall off. I thought that was what was happening. Again, one more time, it looks like they've been cut with a knife, which what rabbits look like. So we're going to just sit here and spray all these blooms and walk around the perimeter. So I don't feel like moving the wire because I'm kind of feeling lazy. I had 3 crowns today. They're temporary, so still got several more to go, but hey, it's a start. I feel better. Well, I feel better in that my teeth aren't falling out, don't look like they're falling out of my head too bad anymore, but my mouth hurts. I have found it is not a gentle process. I guess there are some of these leaves that are chewed on a little bit, but not enough to have cutworms cutting every single flower. And I've walked around and looked and haven't seen any armyworms or cutworms. You know, well, no, deer would eat the whole thing. I don't know if the deer would eat that because the goats don't eat that. So, if the goats won't even eat it, I don't really see the deer eating it. And I know I've got lots of pollinators because I was out here today and they were buzzing around like crazy, which is why I do not like spraying any kind of insecticides. If I kill the pollinators, I won't have anything. All right, well, we'll give that a go. I don't want to use this whole thing. It was expensive, and it's going to rain tomorrow, but maybe if I come out here and spray this around, it'll work a little bit. We shall see. Alrighty guys, well, thanks for watching, and make sure and like, subscribe, and share if you want to see what the mystery vine turns into. But one mystery solved, I think. Rescue free range pet rabbits.